Hi everybody, what's up? Once again, MobileExperience with you, Lorenzo and Alberto. And this time we're here to do the review of the brand new Samsung Galaxy J1, the new entry level by Samsung. In the packaging, you're going to find the user manual and the cable for charging the phone. So now we're going to take a look at this brand new Samsung Galaxy J1. So here is the phone. As Lorenzo is showing you, you're going to find the power button placed on the right of the phone. So first of all, we remind you to please put in a like to the video and subscribe to our new channel to help us and to see many other videos of the phone that you're going to buy or you're interested in. The dimension 12.9 centimeters, 6.8 centimeters, the depth is 8.9 millimeters, the weight is 122 grams. The display is 4.3 inches, TFT 800 per 480 pixel, 220 ppi. The CPU is the dual-core 1.2 GHz Cortex A7. The GPU is the Mali 400. You're going to have 512 megabyte of RAM and 4 gigabyte of RAM. The camera is 5 megapixel plus 2 megapixel on the front. And the battery is 1850 milliampere. So the first thing that we can say on the Samsung Galaxy J1 is that the design is very good. So this is not so common in our opinion for this range of price, and we really liked it because the design is very cured and it's much better than many other entry-level phones. You're going to find this fake leather effect on the back, as Lorenzo is showing you. You've got this cutting effect on the sides, and it's thin, it's comfortable. Like we said, the weight is 122 grams, so you're going to hold it in your hand perfectly. Also, the usage with one hand is very simple. So it's well constructed, the materials are good, and the design is very good. So we can say we have a good opinion about that. So now we're going to take a look at, as always, at how this phone behaves. So first of all, we're going to see the user interface, then we're going to talk about the connectivity and the reception and stuff like that. Then we're going to analyze the camera. We're going to take a look at videos, how this phone can record videos. We're going to take a look at the photos taken with this phone, the video test. Then we're going to see the gaming part, the browser part, the Antutu benchmark, and then the final conclusion. So we're going to begin this review talking about the user interface. You're going to find the latest TouchWiz. The version of KitKat is the 4.4.4, the version of Android, the 4.4.4 KitKat, and probably is not going to be updated. You're going to find the soft touch and a multitasking button, and there's no backlight for them. And as Lorenzo is showing you, this phone is fluid, but we have to say this, that the phone is fluid in the beginning, but when the RAM is full, actually you can see frame rate drops and some lags occurs. So it's fluid in the beginning, but when the RAM is starting to get full, so maybe in the evening, you're going to notice this thing, and many of you are not going to like it. The reception is good, so the positive aspects in this part, of course, the good reception, good audio while calling for you and for the person you're talking at. The GPS is good, also the Wi-Fi, so this phone is pretty solid in this part. Now we're going to take a look at the camera. Let's see how it behaves. And we have to say that it's pretty slow to put into focus and not always precise. But the shutter click is fast though. It's quite good. It's a little bit slow, as we said. The video is 720 pixel and 30 FPS frame per second. You can have some modes like panorama, and now we're going to take a look at some photos taken with the Samsung Galaxy J1, and we have to notice that, as you can see, it loses definition while zooming, so the camera is not very good. Also, if we're talking about an entry-level phone, the camera has not convinced at 100%. Also in this photo you can see the definition is not so good while zooming. The macros are much better, definitely. Also this one Also the focus in this photo is very good, as you can see. Also in this one, as Lorenzo is showing you. Yeah, so the macros are good, the other photos are not so good. Also, if we're talking about as an entry-level phone, is not convincing. So overall, the camera has not convinced us in a very good way. Now, as always, we're going to reproduce a video in order to test the display. So we're going to understand how this phone behaves. And as you can see, yeah, now Lorenzo has taken the lighting at the maximum level, but also doing that, the maximum lighting is not very good. So you're going to struggle, unluckily, to see the display if there's a lot of light. We have to say that it tends to reflect images, and if there's a lot of sun, a lot of light, a lot of sun, you're going to struggle to see the display. So this is not a positive aspect. But apart from that, the display is good for this range of price because the angle of view are good, and the video, as you can see, is fluid. No lags occur, no problems. Also, the colors are natural. Now we're going to take a look at white and black, for example. White and black are very good for this range of price, and colors are natural, as you can see from these photos, these sample photos. So the display overall is good. Apart from that problem of the lighting, apart from that, the display for this range of price is solid, is convincing in this aspect. So the design and the display are good, and those are the main positive aspect of the Samsung Galaxy J1. We can anticipate you that. Now we're going to talk about the speakers. As you can see, the speakers are placed on the back. As you may know, we don't like this thing. And also the camera, as Lorenzo is showing you, comes a little bit out. So you run the risk of scratching it if the phone is placed on a table, for example. And for the speaker, if the phone is placed on a table, the audio is not good. So it's a bad position, in our opinion, to place the speakers in a phone. We don't like it. Now we're going to play Beach Buggy, so we're going to see the gaming part. If you're interested in playing games, this part is useful for you. But also, if you don't, the gaming tells you how this phone, how a phone behaves. So it tells you something about the CPU, the RAM, the fluidity, the display. So we like to include also the gaming part for these reasons. And so here it is, Beach Buggy, not a very testing game. So, but let's see how it behaves. We put the graphic with a good detail set, so it's a good test. Of course, the game is not very testing, but you can see that the game is fluid. Yeah, here there was a few lags, but overall the game runs fluid, and yeah, as you can see, also the colors are good. But we saw it already in the photos and in the videos. The colors are very good, so you don't struggle. They are very natural. The game is fluid, very few lags, so the gaming experience is good. Of course, talking about games like this one. If you'd like to play more testing games, like for example Real Racing 3, we have to tell that these testing games are sometimes unavailable for this phone because they're much heavy and this phone is not able to install them. Sometimes the frame rate is of course not good, and you're going to struggle a lot to play games like, for example, Real Racing 3, let's say at maximum detail, of course. So if you're very interested in gaming, of course, this is an entry-level phone, so it doesn't guarantee you this fantastic gaming experience. A good gaming experience, but for games like Beach Buggy, so not very testing games. Now we're going to take a look at the browser. So we're going to see if it's reactive, if it's fluid. And to do that, we're going to use the HSDPA connection. And we use, as always, Corriere della Sera, because it's one of the most testing websites in Italy, with a lot of course, news, photos, videos, links. So it's a very testing site to test the ability of a device to surf on the internet. Here it is. And we're going to use it in desktop mode. Yeah, here it is. As Lorenzo has just done. Yeah, here it is, the desktop mode. And of course this site is testing, but the phone doesn't react in a very good way. As you can see, the browser is not 100% fluid. Struggle a little bit to charge the pages. A lot of white zones, as you can see. While scrolling down, it struggled to charge this amount of links. So the browser experience is not fluid and reactive as we hoped, although is of course an entry-level phone. And overall, sometimes you run the risk of, for example, losing a page while you're working on the internet, for example, on a page, because it blocks, the phone is unable to go on, and it crashes. So talking about that and talking about the fact that it's not fluid and reactive, the browser experience is not convincing, we have to say that. So of course it depends on, we can anticipate that it depends on what you need, because if you don't want to play testing games, of course you can do that, but talking about the browser, sometimes you're going to, of course you don't know which websites you're going to consult, so you need a phone that is reliable while surfing on the internet, because you may know that you're not going to play testing games, you don't like it, so of course that's fine, you can imagine that. But you cannot imagine that sometimes you're not going to surf on Corriere della Sera because you need an information. So the browser experience is really penalizing this phone, and for a lot of you, we can imagine that. Now we're going to see the Antutu benchmark, and this is the score. Of course, not a good score. You can notice that, for example, also the Galaxy S2 realized this score, but the Galaxy S2 is much better than this Samsung Galaxy J1. So although it's an old model, where if you have an S2 and you would like to go for this Samsung Galaxy J1, we really suggest to not to do that and to keep the S2 or changing it with other phones, not with this Samsung Galaxy J1. The score with the Antutu benchmark is not a good score. Talking about the battery, with the medium usage with this phone, you can arrive, for example, at 9 p.m. So the battery is good. It for this phone it works in a very good way. With a high intensive usage, you arrive, for example, at 7 p.m. let's say 6-7 p.m. with a medium use at 9 p.m. If you use it not in a medium way, you can arrive till let's say midnight. So the battery is good. It works. The price is 120 euro. Online you're going to find it at 99 euro. So the price seems good. The price is good. It doesn't cost a lot of money. But for this price, we don't suggest you to buy this phone. With 100 euro, for example, go for the Lumia, the Nokia Lumia 630, even at 90 euro on Amazon, or go for example, the Motorola Moto E. The Motorola Moto E is more fluid than this phone. It has a better display. It has 1 GB of RAM. So there are better phones for this range of price. The Samsung Galaxy J1, good design, good display, but there are better phones for this range of price. So guys, hope you like our work. Feel free to ask any question, put a like and subscribe to our channel, and see you on the next videos. Thank you very much for watching.